Hi, my name is Marcella and our group project is on anaerobic respiration and fermentation. To start off with, the definition for anaerobic respiration is that it uses electron acceptors to process their function without oxygen, and for fermentation it's the same way. However, it's a chemical breakdown of a substance by bacteria or other microorganisms. And these two, they have their similarities and they have their differences. To start off with the differences, anaerobic respiration, their ATP that is generated varies with the organism that is used, and depending on the pathway as well. It's never as high as the aerobic respiration. That respiration will use the presence of oxygen, so just kind of like to make sure that you don't get those two confused. Also for anaerobic respiration, they use inorganic substances as final electron acceptors. So since it can't use oxygen, it'll use like other substitutes, and it uses NAD+. For fermentation, these require small amounts of ATP that are being produced, so not as many. I know anaerobic respiration is about 36 ATP. Sometimes, just depending on what source you're using, it might differ, so just double check on where you're getting your information from. And then for fermentation, it's 2 ATP. So for fermentation, that explains the small amount of ATP that is produced. It is an organic molecule being used as final electron acceptors. So whereas anaerobic would use different ones to substitute the oxygen not being used, in fermentation, it's the organic molecules that are being used as an electron acceptor. They replenish the NAD+ supply. And for the last difference, the various end products can be made. So for the end of fermentation, the end product always differs depending on like the pathway being used. As for the similarities between these two, it's the no oxygen that does not need to be required for these to function properly, and they can be used both in prokaryotic cells.